Well, this is why I think the key, I would say, to sustainable clothing, from like when I'm designing a piece of clothing, this is my like key thing if I'm being sustainable, which I am, is longevity. Is like, how long is this piece going to be worn for? When's it going to be chucked in landfill, if it ever will be? Because, you know, even like, I can't remember if I mentioned this on the last podcast or another one I've done, but, you know, the most sustainable car in the world isn't a Tesla, it's some like Land Rover, because the amount of time that the lifespan of that Land Rover, 3 Teslas will be made and scrapped whilst that Land Rover is still going, despite it using diesel engine. So if we're taking that down to fashion, like, I think if you're going to be sustainable, just use high quality materials, high quality craftsmanship. And, you know, there are ways, which I do myself, to actually, you know, add more longevity to the piece of clothing, you know, the patch hoodies and everything. And the NFC patches, which I will talk about later, but that whole angle is also just adding more longevity to the product in hand. So it doesn't have to be thrown away. It doesn't have to be a waste of materials. And then I think once you've got that, I'd say then focus on the humanitarian aspect, because, okay, great, it might be, you know, environmentally sustainable, but if the person who's making it's dying, that's no longer sustainable by definition. So focus on that longevity, humanitarian, and then if you're able to nail those, that's when you should start looking at environmentally friendly materials, because I think those two are more, personally, and as a consumer myself as well, that's what I would look for first, rather than being told, like, because who actually knows? If you're buying an organic cotton t-shirt, do you know how much better the world is because you're wearing that? You don't. But if you know your hoodie's going to last a long time, you know it's not going to be sat in landfill in a year. If it's been made by someone that's working safely, you know that someone's going home to their, you know, their wife and kids and putting a decent meal on the table for them. So